This is Jonathan Agger for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Kalle Sauerland here in Qatar. Kalle, I've interviewed you in worse places than this. Incredible scenes ahead of Thursday night.
I've got to say, it's got sort of a gladiator Coliseum feel to it, and then you're looking on at the blue seas behind us with like old school fishing boats on it. It's Hollywood-esque.
How are you finding your time in Qatar so far, Kalle?
It's a fantastic place. Obviously, it's put on some of the biggest sporting events in the world. But now they've raised the level. They brought Misfits here. We've done the World Cup. We've done the Formula One. Now it's time for the real big boy Misfits is in town. So listen, it's been fantastic from the grand arrivals on Sunday night. Big presser yesterday, and what more can you ask for a public workout like this? Absolutely fantastic.
Well, Kalle, the press conference yesterday, Anesongib and KSI apparently not friends. Some people on social media were surprised to hear that yesterday. What's your understanding of their friendship or not friendship?
Do you know what? I didn't actually ask JJ afterwards, but I've never seen them together, so there's no indication. I leave those storylines always to JJ and Mams, who know that space much better. But one thing for sure, from a fight perspective, it got me interesting because JJ definitely was very vocal. He wanted to get into that, and I could tell he's missing the ring. That's for sure. But at the same time, it was the way he interacted so much. I was staying next to him. I don't know if you get a take on it or watch my face, and it's. I'm surprised that he sort of jumps in. He's really up for it. He's really up for being here, and he was up here training in the midday heat today. Saw some footage of that earlier. So he's raring to go.
Kalle, in your career you've promoted some huge fights, across the world. This stage, what's it like being involved in events like this? Because this is obviously going to be massive, in social media and things like that. Like, where does this compare for you for other big sort of events you put on?
Look, I'll be totally honest. Numbers-wise, what we're doing with Misfits, I can't compare to anything in my career because it's just another world. Like, I'm on the way up here now, just counting our own social media platforms. We've done over 100 million views since we announced the Supercard, just on our platform. So I've got no idea what the 10x is, 20x is on that. So you're talking billions. So that's just on one event. Now, I don't know. My biggest fights that I've done, whether it's, Uzyk's unification in Moscow, is it Klitschko Hay, is it some of the George Groves fights in stadiums, 37 world champions, 7 heavyweight champions. I don't know. For me, of course, as a traditional boxing guy, those are the ones that are extremely dear to my heart on a sporting level. This is entertainment. This is numbers. So it's like people say, "Oh, you're selling yourself out." I'm selling myself out. But no, it's two different things. Yeah? And Misfits might launch a pro division. That'd be an interesting space. But at the same time, by the way, watch Cashman Anderson, one of our first signings, Misfits Pro. He's on the card Thursday night. But very different. Numbers-wise, nothing compares to Misfits. It's as simple as that.
I saw a tweet earlier that got a lot of traction saying there's going to be a big announcement on Thursday. Anything you can tell us?
I think it's going to be an interesting head-to-head, let's say. Big head-to-head.
Involving KSI?
Listen, it's Misfits, so everything's involving KSI. No giveaways for me there.
Kalle, you
the pay-per-view on DAZN. Get your fight pass. Watch the action from Qatar Thursday night.
Kalle, you always sort of talk about, in these cards, like what compares for you to sort of traditional boxing. What's the fight on here that would fit most well on a Wasserman boxing card?
Slim Albaher, the main event. brilliant. But then look down the card, you've got Cashman Anderson on there, who's a really exciting young pro we signed from the States. Really exciting, massive amateur. Fought off a lot of interest from other boxing stables for his signature, so very interesting to watch. Yadi Gang versus Cray Cray, also two traditional boxers. Great tear up. Salt Pappy versus King Kenny is also pro level fight. You know, so a lot of these guys are sort of coming out pro gyms now. You know, and again, three of those four names I've just mentioned have been Slim, Salt, Pappy and King Kenny were on 01, the first ever show at the O2 in London. But they're living boxing, they are training in pro gyms the whole time. So in 2 years, it would be very strange if they hadn't improved. Very strange. Even Chester Moore has improved. He went viral for how shit he was at the beginning. Sorry, not that swear. Sorry, how bad he was at the beginning. But even he has improved. Funny that, people. They improved. So, you know, and we had some absolute shockers in the last 2 years. Absolutely. Have we seen them again? Not really. All they've improved.
Kalle, just want to touch on Friday night. You had Harlem Eubank out. What's next for Harlem?
But this was all about back to business. That's why it was called Back to Business. The fight was scrappy. It was a tough fight. He'd been out a lot, obviously, but you know, the opponent didn't come to really fight. It was a strange fight. I felt for Harlem, but at the same time, it was one of those nights. I think Steve Bunt said it right. One of those, you got to beat him. Move on. 1.73 million viewers in the United Kingdom. Reach of 1.73 in the United Kingdom. That is the highest viewed boxing event, live British boxing event in 2024, bar none.
Two more and then I'm done. Tommy Fury, Darren Till, how's ticket sales going?
Fantastic. How do you expect them to be going? Fantastic.
Sold out yet?
Still a long way out. No, but it will sell out. 100% it will sell out. But we're well over the sort of 60% mark already. So it's good. There's some more seats we can probably make with some production holdbacks there. So you know, get your tickets because that's going to be one red hot night.
And Josh Kelly, latest with him, Kalle?
Look, Josh has, I think, taken. It was a long camp. There was a long camp. You know, it was obviously a great platform for him. It was really awkward getting a tough last-minute replacement, but he came through it. Brilliant. And looking at some interesting things, sets us up nicely for a big 2025.
Actually, very last one. I saw Tyson Fury obviously getting ready for the Usyk rematch, and he claimed that he feels Joshua and Dubois are limited compared to him because they're not able to trade with Alexander Usyk the way he did in the first fight. Do you agree with that comment?
The way he traded. Well, I think AJ's fights were very different than Dubois' fights. I mean, Dubois and Usyk, I think, to be fair to Dubois, he seems to be improving from fight to fight. But yeah, I mean, Tyson was going back and forth a lot with Usyk. I think one of the problems for Tyson in the fight was that he played too much, especially in the early rounds, and he didn't maybe step on it when the momentum was on his side. He didn't keep the momentum there, and it went back and forth. But as a Tyson has to explain that comment. I can't quite work that one out. I'm sure he's got a reason. He's got definitely a better boxing IQ than I do. So I'm sure he's got a reason for coming out with that. Personally, I think Tyson wins the rematch.
Interesting. Well, big fight here in Qatar this Thursday, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Kalle Sauerland, appreciate your time, and we'll see you this week.
Thank you, mate.